What's up, everybody? Welcome to our weekly bet show. This one is for UFC Fight Night Fiziev versus Gamrot. If you're new to the channel, earlier in the week, we give our breakdowns for the fights. These are specifically like rapid fire bets for every fight on the card. So please please subscribe, and let's look at every fight on this card here. First fight of the night, we got Montserrat Rendon plus 225 versus Tamires Vidal minus 275. I don't like these money lines. I think this fight's gonna be pretty close, to be honest. I like all the overs. If you want like a sure thing, over 1.5, but the value is terrible. Over 2.5, the value is still not great. Honestly, I almost prefer the fight to go the distance here. The fight to go the distance is minus 200, whereas Vidal's minus 275. I think either of them can win a decision. So I don't think this fight's making any of my tickets anyways, but I prefer the fight to go the distance over the money lines because I think this fight could go either way, to be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, so the odds now are minus 238, which is still not that great. But 89% of the bets placed have been on Vidal. So the money's going in on her, but the number's getting driven down. So it's kind of weird. It kind of makes me like her at that point, because why would they put the money down and kind of like make you want to bet on her? But so that's that. I do like the overs, but I find it hard to figure out what kind of volume she's going to have past the second round, or barring a fucking flying knee knockout or something like that. So yeah, man, it's a pass for me, to be honest with you. I kind of like Vidal based on the numbers now. I actually like the Vidal money line based on what I'm seeing.
It's just very, very low level fight. Women's MMA.
Sucks.
Like this should not be a big play for anybody.
No.
All right, moving on. We got another women's MMA fight. We got Mizuki Inoue coming in at minus 300 versus Hannah Goldy plus 240. Sorry, guys, these are opening odds. I'm not 100% sure what the odds are today. This was as of a couple days ago. Either way, I do like Inoue, minus 300. Don't love it. And to be honest, I like the overs here again. I know Molly McCann flatlined Hannah Goldy, but if there's one thing Molly McCann does, is she does hit hard. Inoue is not really a huge knockout striker or anything like that. So I don't think she's going to flatline her the way Molly did. So it's another fight. I like the overs, but it's another fight where it's not going to be a big piece of my night, or I'm not even sure if it's any piece of my night right now. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't like this fight. I do like Inoue by decision as well, but you're only getting minus 135 on that. Inoue has 89% of the money in on her, so I do like her money line too. But like, again, these low level fights, it's tough to put these on any tickets, even on a YOLO. YOLO might be the only thing. Inoue by decision is the only thing I like.
Yeah, I hear that one. All right, moving on. We got our 50-50 heavyweight fight. We got Muhammad Usman minus 138 taking on Jake Collier plus 110. You got to give Jake the hands here, but you can't really trust his chin or if he's going to gas. So it's a true 50-50 fight. Jesus, like, it's another fight I don't like. Part of me wants to say Jake's going to just light him up with his hands, and part of me is going to say he's going to be winning until he gets caught or grind it out even with wrestling. So another fight, it's just, I don't think I'm going to play it. What about you?
I kind of see this like, so Muhammad Usman by decision plus 200 doesn't seem so far-fetched out of the realm of possibilities, because last fight he had all the time in the world to finish Junior Tafa, and he didn't. And I know Jake gasses and can get taken down, and that's how I see this happening. I lean with Usman. I lean with Jake probably winning round one and Usman laying on him for round 2 and 3. Now, Usman has shown no finishing prowess, so Usman by decision at plus 200, or Usman by, obviously not by sub, but KO maybe is 275. They're just really awful. But Usman by decision, I feel like it rolls out the same way as last time. He had all the world. He could have finished Junior Tafa like 18 times in that fight, but he never pressed the action unless he's changed. But he's not. It's not like he's young. I don't feel like he's changing. You know what I mean? So I feel like he just rides out the last 2 rounds, loses the first.
Okay, quite possible. Moving on, we got what I think is the most boring fight on the card, to be honest. We got Jacob Malkoun -500 versus Cody Brundage +380. This is 100% grappler versus grappler. Brundage always gets finished. I always bet against him on the pick him to lose by finish, but Malkoun, like I said, he's not a puncher. He's not going to knock him out. So this is a method of victory double play, submission decision. Like that's the only way you play this fight for me. So Malkoun, double victory, submission decision. Those are the only two outcomes I see. What do you think?
They juiced that up though, -220 though. Oh, those bastards. I'll just take the decision at +120. Malkoun, all his wins, he couldn't finish a fucking sandwich. So yeah, that's it. He couldn't though. Like
it's scary because it's Cody Brundage. This guy sucks.
I know, but Al-Razak Halasan, he's a gasser notoriously too, and he couldn't finish Al-Razak. All he did was keep taking him down. I mean, Cody should have enough durability. He has shown a little bit of durability to at least survive on the ground a little bit. So, I mean, not against Vieira, but does Malkoun? I know he's this jiu-jitsu coach of Robert Whitaker, but does he have jiu-jitsu like Rodolfo Vieira? I doubt it. And have you ever seen him jump a guillotine or anything like that? No, he plays around in guard and shit and moves around and yeah. +120. I'm taking for -550 to +120. I'll eat that. Jeez.
Fair enough. All right, next fight of the night, we got welterweights Tim Means coming in at +170 versus Andre Fialho -200. Tim Means clearly the more well-rounded fighter, and Fialho, he's got the hands. He's the boxer here. I know he's coming off a knockout loss to Buckley, but Buckley hits different than Tim Means. I mean, earlier in the week, I really, really, really wanted to play Tim Means. I'm struggling with it right now. I do think Fialho is going to have success on the feet, and Tim Means isn't exactly a power wrestler, so I'm not sure how he's going to use that grappling. So if the fight stays standing, and I kind of think it will, I think I got to lean Fialho here, but I don't blame anyone for stabbing the dog here. Like I don't. There is value on Tim Means, and he is the better, more well-rounded fighter. I'm not so sure this fight's going to go to the ground. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know either. So I mean, but I don't trust Fialho at all either. And Tim Means is decently durable in his UFC tenure. Hasn't really been KO'd, flatlined by anybody. And the guys Fialho beats are just the flatlined, you know what I mean? So I just don't see that happening. But a spot AFC is Tim Means to win by submission +1100. Not bad. Mm-hmm. Not bad, 50-50. I mean, $10. But the thing is, like, that's probably the way he does win, right? Or by decision, obviously, right? But what's that double chance? Tim Means submission decision +225. I like +1100 better. Well, whatever. I mean, that's like one of his win conditions. I don't see him not, like you said, I don't see him knocking him out, right? No. But like Tim Means doesn't get knocked out either, so it kind of gives me a little bit of solace, right? I'm not saying Tim Means wins this fight, folks. I'm just saying +1100 on one of the ways he wins isn't bad.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. We got Dan Argueta coming in at -188 versus Miles Johns +162. I'm a big Argueta fan, and I know Miles Johns has kind of been there, done that. Like he is kind of a veteran. Like I mean, he's very well rounded. He's not really outclassed anywhere ever, but I just love that pressure and explosiveness out of Argueta. He's going to go for it, and I know he's not going to ragdoll him the way he did Ronnie Lawrence, but I like the kid. I like Dan Argueta. I'm going to play him until I see him like have a bad performance or whatever. I'm going to ride him for now. I'm big on the kid, and I'm going to ride him for now. What do you think?
I played him on my parlay, one of my parlays, so yeah. Looking for a prop. I actually sneaky think this fight finishes. I do think this fight finishes. I think Miles Johns gets just overwhelmed by the grappling prowess. Because if if Argueta put that grappling on Miles Johns that he has started on Ronnie Lawrence before that ill-advised finish by the referee happened, Ronnie Lawrence has a good gas tank, and he looked like, I don't know if he would have lasted 3 rounds. Miles Johns doesn't have half the gas tank that Ronnie Lawrence has, and I don't see him lasting 3 rounds if Argueta is able to ragdoll him the way he was. I'm not saying he will ragdoll him. That first round is going to be pretty competitive, but as in that John Castaneda fight with Miles Johns, you can see him slowly going down and down and down as the fight goes on. And he's done that on several fights in his lifetime. So Argueta by submission, that's plus 380. I don't see him knocking him out. That's plus 500. I just don't see him. Plus 380, that's not bad. That's not a bad look at all. And if you want to take the double chance with the submission decision, minus 150. But yeah, why go minus 150 when he's minus 185, right? So if you're going to take a prop, just try that submission. It's going to be a lot of ground time. There's going to be a lot of ground time. So,
but and a guy who comes out that guns blazing, going for the finish, it's not a bad stab at all.
No.
All right, next fight on the card. Sorry, we got Ricardo Ramos coming in at plus 110 versus Charles Jourdain, minus 138. We on opposite sides here, and like I get it. Like this is a tough fight to call. You got to give Ramos the submission grappling. You got to give Jourdain the striking. I don't think Ramos's spinning shit's gonna work here. I like Jourdain on the feet, and I think he's savvy enough to not get submitted here. I think he's finally coming into his own, because like he had some frustrating years where the game plan was quite clear. You could take this guy down and ride him out. I don't think he's that simple anymore. So I got Charles here, and most likely some kind of over, like maybe Charles over 1.5, something like that. I could see him finishing the guy late, because to me, like I said it in my last video, I've seen Ramos wilt. Like he like quits if it's not going his way or something. I've seen it in him before. And Jourdain is a guy that can break you. Like it can happen, but the money line's good enough for me anyways. It's close to a pick 'em, so I'm fine with those odds. And you still big on Ramos here, or what are you thinking?
I'm not big on Ramos. I kind of like the Jourdain side a little bit more now. Looked at his last couple fights. Looks like he's really taken the takedown defense a little bit better, and his get-ups have been a little bit better. Looking at those fights that he lost to Burgos and Wood, the Burgos one was razor thin. The one he lost to Wood, that was a tough one. Wood's good though, man. So I don't think the guy he's fighting beats Wood. So yeah, and that Kron Gracie fight, he did stop whatever takedowns you want to quote unquote call those takedowns by Kron, but yeah, I think they're on 2 different paths right now, too, as well. Ramos got lucky with that spinning back fist a couple times in the UFC, so this all depends on Jourdain keeping it off the ground. I've seen better takedown defense from him lately, so I'm going to go with Jourdain. Jourdain by decision is my pick for a prop, plus 215, and I like it. Ramos has shown he's not going to submit him. So I don't think he'll knock him out either. Ramos is, tough enough. He's just got to put the volume and keep it off the ground. So another good look for me is a fight to start round 3 is minus 165. So that's another good one.
All right. Next fight of the night, we got Bryan Battle coming in at minus 188 versus AJ Fletcher coming in at plus 162. I don't think either winning would be absolutely shocking. Like a Fletcher win wouldn't shock me, but I am going to be picking Bryan Battle here. I don't think AJ Fletcher is going to be able to pull off that Renee Fakhretdinov game plan of just mauling him with wrestling. And I know Fletcher is a grappler. He does want to get this down, but I don't think his takedowns are as good or I just don't see it happening. I like Bryan Battle here. Bryan Battle's even known to be a finisher when he wins, so it's not the worst play in the world to say that he finishes. But I think just the Bryan Battle money line, I think I like that. What about you?
Yeah, Bryan Battle decision is plus 225. That seems to be a theme of this card. I feel like a lot of the fights are going to go to decision this card. So there is a bet that you can do Brian Battle win round 3 or decision. I don't think this is going to be like a first or second round. It'll be more of like a AJ Fletcher tires as the fight goes on, because you could see him tiring against Garimbo the last time before he put him into that sub in the second half. And Garimbo had some success in that first round against Fletcher as well. So Fletcher couldn't hold down him. I don't think he holds down Brian Battle. He is going to go to the wrestling, so it's how about Battle gets up. But Fakhretdinov, that's a guy with a unlimited gas tank versus AJ Fletcher versus a guy that I think has a limited gas tank. That there lies in the difference in the two wrestlers. So Battle round 3 or Battle wins by decision. I think he takes over. He might lose round 1 though. He may lose round 1.
Yeah, no, that would be the most likely round that he would lose.
Yeah, he might lose round 1. Seems like a theme of this card though. I feel like closely contested matches that are not going to finish. There's not a lot of first round finish equity here.
But I've been seeing like all over the forums and even like stupid remember the name Bilal Muhammad's been like tweeting, this card is fire for the hardcores. If you're dissing this card, you're a casual. I'm sorry, but I think this card's shit. Like I don't think this card's good at all.
No, that Chevy card.
I'm a hardcore. By the way, I'm a hardcore. I don't think this card's very good.
No, that Chevy, I like the last one. The last fight night, it didn't have a huge amount of big names on it, but I thought that was a really good fight card. That was a really good one put together. This one here it's okay. Don't get me wrong. It's all right.
All right, here's our huge featured fight. Rematch, Marina Rodrigues versus Michelle Karate Hottie Waterson Gomez. She ain't hot and she ain't good at karate. I mean, her ass is all right, but whatever.
She's good. She's all right.
All right, so we got a classic striker versus grappler here. It's a rematch that doesn't need to happen. This is like a silly fight, to be honest. There's just one outcome here. Marina Rodrigues pieces her up on the feet, or Michelle Waterson takes her down to win a decision, which Marina Rodrigues has let happen many times, but she already won this fight. She got taken down last fight so many times by that Verna Jandiroba. Like, you got to think she's ready to stuff some takedowns and light her up on the feet here. I think this is a Marina Rodrigues over, or Marina Rodrigues over 1.5 in a fight I really don't want to watch. And I'm a Marina Rodrigues fan, and I don't want to watch this fight. What do you got?
I got Marina Rodrigues by decision, because I am so smart that I'm just going to pick the same thing that happened last time. But I don't see how it changes. So if you watch the last fight, she took to like Karate Hottie took to round 4, later on the fight to take her down. Like, she shrugged off the first couple and she got taken down later on in the fight. There is no round 4 or round 5 in this fucking fight. You can't wait. Hottie waits too much. There's so much waiting on her part. And if you're going to go into a waiting kickboxing match with Marina Rodrigues, then sorry, you're going to lose. All the people that beat her, the Carla Esparzas, the Amanda Lemos, well, that's different. She just beat the shit out of her. But the Verna Jandiroba, those girls did wait for Marina Rodrigues staying at kickboxing range and kickbox with her. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, Karate Hottie. It's pretty dumb. Whatever. I like all the overs. I like Marina Rodrigues by decision. I like you to do a same game parlay. You can do Marina Rodrigues decision and even take Karate Hottie to get the most takedowns. And I also don't think there's going to be a knockdown in this fight, because Karate Hottie does have one hell of a chin on her. So, yeah, I mean, those are all 4 logical plays to this fight.
Just funny that it's the featured fight. Fuck, come on.
Well, whatever. I mean, well, the next fight I'm more interested in. That could have been the co-main, because could have been the feature, to be honest with you. But yeah, what else were you going to put in there as a co-main? They didn't put enough star power on this fight. That's why everyone says it's so shitty. But
yeah, moving on to the co-main of the night, we got Bryce Hillbilly Mitchell versus Dan Ige. Mitchell coming in at -188, Ige plus 162. I've always been a Bryce Mitchell fan. As weird as he is, I just kind of like those weird guys sometimes. But even all week, I was trying to find a play for Ige to pull the upset, and it's just true. It's hard to see, man. He's been taken down by too many people. And Bryce Mitchell is a good grappler. Yes, Topuria manhandled him, but Topuria is a fucking killer. And he still got Topuria down once. What's
He's
that?
strong. Topuria is way strong, stronger
Oh
than give him
yeah.
credit for, right?
Topuria's a fucking animal, man. And he still got Topuria down once. He didn't do anything with it, but he got him down once. So I think he's going to get Dan Ige down more than once. I think this fight has decision written all over it. Either way, whoever you're on, I think it's going the distance. But I think it's a Bryce Mitchell decision, the A train decision.
Oh
This
man,
is a
this whole card is decision after decision, I think, right?
yeah, man. No,
I
I
mean,
agree, and I got Bryce Mitchell by decision here too.
me
So
too, me too. I got him by decision here. You could also throw in a couple other things too, like I feel like Bryce Mitchell and Dan Ige's significant strikes will be under their number. Both of them, like, what is the significant strikes? I'll get it right now. Fighter props. Bryce Mitchell, 50, around 55 significant strikes. They don't count that shit on the ground, buddy. They don't count all that shit on the ground. Dan Ige is at 55 significant strikes too. If you're on your ass, you're not going to get 55 significant strikes. And even when he's standing, he doesn't throw that much significant strikes, to be honest with you. So, yeah, so both of those are great plays. Unders there. Takedowns, 2+ for Bryce Mitchell. That should be easy. I would say take it up to 3+, and no knockdowns for sure. There's not gonna be no knockdowns. These guys are not. Bryce Mitchell will not strike with this guy. I don't see it. He needs a win. He needs a win badly. He's gonna take him down. He's gonna. Danny Ige, this is decision written all over it, like you said, man. Danny Ige's jiu-jitsu is good enough to stop Bryce Mitchell from tapping him out. This is a high-level fight. So, yeah, Bryce Mitchell decision. Couple it with the Marina Rodrigues by decision. I think that's a great parlay.
yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, even this main event's probably going to decision, probably.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it now, but as good as Fizzy has ever been, has he ever knocked the fuck out of a couple guys? That's about it, right? Like, it's not that he
Yeah.
goes in there and just knocks people out.
Yeah, let's get into it. Main event of the night. Please like and subscribe. And we got Rafael Fiziev, or Fiziev, however you want to say it, versus Mateusz Gamrot. Fiziev coming in at -160, Gamrot +130. Gamrot is coming off that eked out a win over Jalen Turner, and Fiziev is coming off that loss to Justin Gaethje. And as we just said, this fight's probably going to, or I said this fight's probably going the distance. I'm not sure how you feel yet. Fiziev's knockouts, I'm sorry, but knocking out Brad Riddell is, I mean, I know Brad Riddell is a good kickboxer. Like, I'm not going to shit on his name that bad, but he's not as high in the standings for sure. Like, he's never been a top 10 fighter, that's for sure. And even his other knockout, I mean, he did get RDA in the 5th round, which that's actually a really good win, to be honest. But then again, RDA just lost to Luque, so like an aging RDA, maybe it's not as good of a win as it could be. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard.
It's round 5, man. It's round 5, and he's an older guy. Yeah. Gamrot's not that old. I feel that you're on the right track with your analysis.
That said, Gamrot, for someone who has this incredible wrestling pedigree, his shots are so telegraphed. I find they're so easy to see coming. And his wins, like, are always fucking, like, not very impressive. Like, Gamrot has never been impressive other than, like, maybe his gas tank or like his pace, maybe something like that. Almost like Arman Sarukian. That guy has a crazy pace. But like, his wins are never clean wins. Like, I find there's always like a lot to be desired. You're like, ugh, he's gonna eat it sometime soon. And he gets dropped quite a bit too, man. He does get hit. He's very hittable. So I go back and forth on this. It's like, is Gamrot, usually I take the grappler. Is the grappler going to get him down and ride this out? Probably. But here, I'm not so sure. Fiziev's shown pretty good takedown defense. The problem with him is his volume's not super high, and his power is not, like, he's not putting anyone's lights out with one shot. So this is a tough fight to predict, to be honest. I haven't bet this fight yet. What are you thinking here?
Well, if I really wanted to do it, I'd take them both by decision because they're both at +250. So if you put $100 on both of them, you win $350, and you make $150. Just has to go to decisions, right? Books don't like when you do that, but like, that's a smart move. If you really think this goes to decision, which I do, because Gamrot is telegraphed as he is, he's tough as nails, right? Fiziev is tough as nails. He stood up to Justin Gaethje, punched for. I thought he was going to go. I thought Gaethje was going to finish him. I thought Gaethje was going to finish him, but he didn't. So yeah, I mean, I like both these guys in decision. To be honest with you, Fiziev I lean a little bit too, but I'm going to leave these guys off my parlays. And if I get that far, I'm going to bet them both by decision. And I'm going to win money both ways unless somebody finishes someone out of nowhere. Gamrot has no finish equity, by the way, people. Like, unless he's taking him down and subbing him, which doubtful. This Gamrot's got no finish equity. All the finish equities on Fiziev's side. And just to take a quick look at where the money is going in on this, 75% of the bettors like Fiziev, 25% like Gamrot. It's not bad. I mean, I like Fiziev. I lean slightly to him, but this didn't make my card. This bet didn't make my card.
Man, I was so big on Fiziev a while ago, like so big on him. I lost $500 on him on the Gaethje fight. I was convinced Gaethje didn't stand a chance. This guy's gonna lay Gaethje out. This is a slam dunk, sloppy striker versus a Tiger Muay Thai striking instructor. I go, this guy's gonna kill Justin Gaethje. I threw down 5 bills on that fight, lost it. I'm sour, so now I don't trust him. Now I don't know, but honestly, gun to my head, I do think Fiziev can win this fight. I think he can stuff enough takedowns to win on the feet. But I'm reserved about it because he's low volume, and if he's constantly on the back foot, like I don't know how much he's going to get off. I'm not sure. I think this is going to depend how I do earlier in the night to how I play this, or how many beers I have earlier in the night.
Well, I got a ball tournament tomorrow, so we'll see what time I get back. So I already put one in. I took Bryce Mitchell because I think he wins. I took Marina Rodriguez because I think she wins. I took Brian Battle because I think he wins. I added Dan Argueta onto that. And I did put Charles Jourdain on there because I really went through the tape I went through the ringer with that fight. And as much as I thought Ramos, he wasn't he wasn't dominating any of those fights. And if you look at the way Charles has fought in the last couple fights, I feel like the volume's really getting better for him. Really getting better. And if Ramos gets hit with that volume, sorry, folks, he might actually put him out. He might actually put him out.
I like Charles, man.
No, I changed my I did the due diligence. I went through the tape. I looked at it. Only the thing is though, buddy, like when you look through tape, people, like looking at a fight 6 years ago means nothing. I just look at the last couple to 2 to 3 fights to see if this guy has made significant improvements or a significant declination in their skills. That's just
are you looking at? Are you on Bet365 right now?
Not yet. No, I was on DK. But.
So they have a big bet boost actually, which is pretty interesting because it's the 4 last fights of the night, all the favorites. So Brian Battle -188, Marina Rodriguez -334, Bryce Mitchell -188, and Fiziev -160. You parlay those 4, it's a bet boost for +450. That's 4 big favorites, and you're getting +450 if you parlay them.
Ooh.
It's on the front page. I know it's weird. You're like 4 favorites and 4-leg parlays. Like you don't love 4-leggers, but
I just reamed off a 5-1. I'm not playing this card too hard, to be honest with you. I'm taking a couple crazy parlay shots, $20. I have things to do on Saturday.
I hear you, buddy.
Unfortunately.
And you know what? Sometimes the best play is to pass. Save it for a more interesting card. Save it for a card you're more confident in. Pick and choose your spots, guys.
Well, last card, if you picked all the big favorites, like which we try not to all the time, you'd have won a lot last card because all the big favorites came through big time, right? So I don't know. The next card's not even that great if you looked at it either. So.
Buddy, they just announced that John Jones versus Stipe and Pereira versus Yuri. That's a wicked. Those are 2 wicked. Buddy, I'm more excited for the fucking Yuri versus Alex fight, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too. Everyone's like, don't sleep on Stipe. He's like 40. John Jones, though, he's my favorite fighter in the world and has been pissing me off lately. So I can't really say. He doesn't want to fight the guys that probably beat him. That's why. That's the issue, right? I love the guy to death, but I'd love him to go up and shut like a Sergey Pavlovich off to show that he's like the best. But
You don't want that fight. He's earned the right to not take it, man. He's getting old. Like, why? Well, you don't need to. I mean, of course, I would love it, but he doesn't need to take that fight. He's earned it.
I get it. No, he's my boy and everything. Don't get me wrong, but I just I'm a fight fan that likes to see the best fight the best, right? Like the only guy that's ever done that, and this is why I agree with the pound for pound fighting standings is Volkanovski. He does not stray away from fighting whoever. He might not. He didn't win. I don't think he won that Makhachev fight, but he fought his ass off there, right? And he went up, and he'll fight Connor if he had to, and he'll fight anybody. I mean, it makes no sense to fight like a Pereira or a John Jones, but like he'll fight anybody. He never made excuses. And like that's why I give Volkanovski the most respect out of all fighters, because he'll take anyone on from 135 all the way to 170. He'll fight them. He'll fucking fight them.
Yeah.
And I don't say the same thing for John Jones. I don't say the same thing for all the other Izzy's. Izzy fought Jan, and then he ever go back because he knew he'd get dummied in the division up, right? So
That was a hand-picked fight that just didn't pan out.
he didn't think Jan was going to take him down and to control him, but like, what did you expect, buddy? I don't know. It is what it is, bro. Things are getting better in the UFC, so we'll next fight is Dawson versus Bobby Green. I think so.
What a shit card that is. Okay. All right, guys. These were our bets for this card. Like we said, not the greatest card. We're not throwing hundreds and hundreds of dollars down on this one. Pay-per-views, we go pretty big sometimes. This is going to be a very small play here. Maybe if I got a shitload of beers in me, maybe I'll throw some more down. But for now, going to be a conservative card. Please like, subscribe, drop us some comments. Let us know what your favorite bet of the card is. If you have a certain prop that you just like that prop, you know what? I'll play some of your bet. Give me your best prop and I'll bet it, and then we'll give you a shout out if it hits, and if it doesn't hit, I'll ream you on here. But give me your best bet, and we'll see you Sunday or Monday for the next card. Have a good night, guys.